Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the show. Let's get started in a little bit. Let's just make sure folks can hear us and stuff. If you're seeing this replay, I would say fast forward. I need to print out the notes too for this thing. So, Rebecca, actually, could you print it out? So fast forward maybe a minute or two. We're starting to get some people on. We just want to make sure folks can hear us. Can you find it? It's probably the untitled one. There it is. So we're going to print off our notes. I should also put them in the description. I'll put them in the description maybe when we get Beauty on a subject, and I can put them in while she talks. That way we can just get going on tonight's show. It's been kind of a crazy, busy day. I should tell you a little bit about it as maybe we wait for some folks to roll in, make sure we can confirm that y'all can hear me. So y'all let me know if you can hear me. Okay, sounds good. Chelsea, hey. Tina, Terry, Ken, Jake, all the cool people in the house, Rebecca, Claire, we can get started. Had a crazy day, so I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if you looked at the Facebook. In the member area, we had a calf today. Aunt Flossie had her calf. So everybody's like, yay, right? Crazy Eyes had her cow. And she even seemed pretty calm when we went out there and looked at her. And it couldn't have been a better day. Like, what if she would have had it last week in the,
I know, we were really
the cold front. They don't call it cold front anymore. They call it
a polar vortex.
Polar vortex. That's way more dramatic.
Yeah.
Way more views, and way more commercials watched. So everybody get the excitement out there. Get the excitement. We got a calf. It was a beautiful day. It wasn't born during the cold front.
Oh, wait, what's going on?
We're going to have a streak of warm days. Calf is fine. We went out there and we want to make sure in that first hour that calf gets colostrum, that calf nurses, or she's going to be in big trouble. And we were out there, and it took to about, it was probably 55 minutes. I wasn't too concerned because the calf was still very strong.
Yeah.
But we got her. The calf did end up nursing. Now, tonight, I'm not even sure why we did this. I think we did this so that we could pet the calf, see what it was. We tried to just put the Flossie in a paddock over, and then we would pet the calf. But Flossie, her crazy eyes came out when we did that.
Crazy.
And she wasn't going to have that.
Nope.
And I wasn't going to trust that little dinky donk electric fence with a crazy-eyed cow wanting her calf. Oh, yeah, somebody's talking about football. Y'all are going to leave me here in a little bit, aren't you? Or actually, you're probably watching the football as you listen to me, aren't you?
Do you know where the honey is?
Or you guys are the hardcore homesteaders. You're coming to the show, and you're forgetting about the football.
Do you know where the honey is?
Is it not down there at the bottom? We're going to have a serious crisis here, y'all, if we cannot find our honey.
Very serious.
Oh, it's halftime already?
Oh, wow. We're so...
I thought it started at 7.
We're like so...
I came this close to never even hearing about the Super Bowl. This close, and I saw it yesterday on Instagram. You know how much time I spent on a cell phone during the week on a screen? You know what my screen time usually is? About 7 minutes a week. And most of that's probably posting to Instagram. Okay.
Justin.
Yeah.
I need my honey.
Okay, I don't know where it is, honey. Seriously. I don't know where to look besides down there. Is that it over there behind the red chair? There's a bucket over there. Can you ask Jonah?
I'm going to start questioning people.
Okay. People are going to get interrogated here in a second. So get your tea on. Don't forget the honey. What was I saying? Okay, so we got the calf nurse. I found the honey. It was over behind the red chair beside the cat food where we like to keep it. I bet you $167. Rebecca or I did not put it there. Chitlers! Anyway, you guys are already making me feel better because this story is going to go downhill pretty fast here in a second. At least none of us are dead. But so we said, okay, we're going to have to get Flossie in and get her in the stanchion, and then we can pet her calf. Well, we herded her in. The little calf ended up going with her, and Flossie was just not going to go into that stanchion. We got the calf up there, and we're going to probably make a bit of a movie about it. But I told Rebecca, I said, I just want to give it up. I just want to move to Costa Rica. I'm done. And she said, what'd you say?
So we can move somewhere where there's other farmers, so we can buy from other farmers.
She said we can move and buy from other farmers, but the reality is what we're growing cannot be bought. I mean, you might go, you could go move into next to a legit farm that's selling it, but more than likely they're just going to have beef and dairy. Or you could be in Costa Rica and you're probably going to get really phenomenal produce and whatnot. But it's not like you can grow your own milk.
Yeah, because like 1 year Warren Wilson didn't have any chickens.
Yep. When we have to buy our raw milk, it's out. And I don't know if the stuff we buy is A2. So anyway, there's no option. There's no option for us. Do any of y'all have an option to quit? Anybody got an option? Tina says she's got a friend in Costa Rica. Oh, you got to hit us up. I do too.
Crystal said that's a huge bucket of honey. And then someone said, did you see the 5-gallon bucket they bought from our standard some years ago?
Unfortunately, we went through that honey a lot faster back then. This honey's going to last us a year at this rate.
It is. Okay, so
y'all were on the GAPS diet, remember?
Well, that honey, I bought it because we could use it to make
so hot.
What you
talk. I'll get some ice.
Cakes from Celebrations or whatever that book is that Daniel Walker put out. Oh, he says in Costa Rica, food is costly.
Is it? I was thinking it was a lower cost of living. That's good to know. So anyway, if we could go to Costa Rica, bees, oh my Lord. Okay, so anyway, I have to get Flossie in the stanchion tomorrow. Tonight was just for kicks and giggles.
Okay, but wait. So we figured out though that when I came around, Flossie freaked out, and even when Jonah came around, Flossie freaked out. But with Justin could go out there with his stick and kind of put it between him and Flossie and touch the calf however, do whatever he wanted. Pick it up. But if I was standing there, Flossie did not like that. She was upset. So I think that I think we figured out tomorrow that if I'm not there imposing on the calf, it would be okay.
Adam Link, don't you throw bees on me, buddy. Okay, that's not going to help me. Okay, so we got a plan for the cow, but listen, even if that plan goes well, which is not going to go well, I mean, I guess it could.
It could go great. It's always hard. He always gets upset the first couple days. He's always like, this is so hard. I don't think we should do it. Remember, I think you said that with Violet, too.
Even with Violet?
Yeah, in January. You were like, my hands hurt so bad.
See, I know, Ken. It's like I deal with these cows day in and day out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this calf comes, and everybody and their brother is out there going on, and Flossie's being like, what the heck?
Yeah, and she's all like,
where you been? Where you been my whole life?
I don't know who you are. You have to think positive. That's what I tell him. That's what I tell him. I say, it's always hard. It's always been hard. I remember when we bought our very first milk cow. It was a 7-year dream coming true. And we bought him, and I looked at Justin, and I was like, what did we do?
So then,
this is so scary. It's awful. It's hard.
Yeah.
And it was hard for a week. But then it gets okay.
Well, that week is starting tomorrow, because if I get her in the stanchion, I asked the previous owner, she's kicking me when I'm getting, if y'all been watching the vlog, I've been putting her in there.
It's like having a kid.
She's kicking me every time I'm touching that teat. And he said, I asked for tips, and he's like, she's probably going to kick for a week. You basically got to milk her through the kicks, and hopefully that will train her to not kick. I do have hobbles. The problem with doing hobbles stop her from kicking, is that then it's always harder it will take longer to get her to just stand without kicking, without hobbles. So,
and let me tell y'all,
that's a better suggestion, Adam. I'll go with that.
What was the
suggestion? I'll just tell Flossie that we're on the GAPS diet and just have mercy on me because I could be quite irritable at any moment.
Okay, y'all. Who were we down there with? We were down there with somebody.
All right.
The other day, what were we doing down there with her, with Flossie? Remember? Was it Meg?
I don't know.
No, we were down there with somebody. Talking to somebody. And I got out the brush and I was brushing her. And man, she kicked so hard, y'all. She didn't hit me. But she like kicked the bucket that Justin sits on.
Oh, that would have been me. That would have been my crotch. That'd be no more children for me and you.
Irritable Justin.
That would have been my crotch. So the way I plan on, if I get her in the snatch, and that's going to be an interesting vlog. So the vlog of her birth will come out on Tuesday, and probably this next one, the milking and stuff. No, bringing her in will be Wednesday. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, so I can't quit because it's A2A2. It's grass-fed. It's raw. It's now we're going to have like 2.5-ish gallons of milk a day. And that means
more cultured cream.
Skim milk just in time because we're going to be harvesting cream. Skim milk just in time to fatten up these pigs.
Mm-hmm. Did you see what Ken said?
What?
That would make you really irritable.
Oh, I know, Ken. Ken picked up on the crotch shot from Aunt Flossie. And you know, guys, all this stuff, you know, I was telling Adam, too. No, I should have told you, Adam, because you're thinking about castrating a pig. Adam's you're going to think about castrating a pig at an older age. Hey, Mike, there you go.
Just squeeze.
Mike's in the house. Okay, so I should tell Adam, because there was another guy struggling with how do you castrate an older pig? Well, it always works better with a camera. So I guess I'm going to go with it to that attitude tomorrow because at least if we're a huge failure, it's amazing entertainment.
That's right. Okay, it was Brianna. It was Brianna who we were talking to because Brandon came over on Saturday and I was touching her udder with the brush.
Yeah.
She was kicking like crazy.
Oh, she nailed me. So I'm going to milk like standing up.
Too blessed to be stressed.
And I guess milk tiny bits into a bucket for the pigs at first.
So A2 Quinton is it's a beta casein. So it's either A1 or A2. So most milk in the grocery store is A1, A2 milk. A2 milk is just a different beta casein and it's easier to digest. Goat milk is all A2. That's why a lot of people can drink. Jake says get a helmet and a cup.
I think I would rather milk a crazy-eyed cow, a kicking crazy-eyed cow, than castrate a older pig. So Adam, you got me, buddy. And do set up a camera and then text me that video. I'll make you famous. Okay, let's get into this.
This is it. I think that Flossie's going to calm down, and especially once everybody gets away.
Yeah.
I know. That is
get a helmet and a cup. I'm shin pads, too. I need to get shin pads, helmet, cup. Okay. If you're soaking sprouted grains, if you are soaking and then sprouting your grains, how do you do the percentage reductions of feed? How does that go? 20% reduction for the first day, and then a further reduction for the longer you leave it. So, no. If you're in for feed reduction benefits, it doesn't help to soak it any longer than a day. In 12 hours, the anti-nutrients are broken down, and it's going to go 15 to 25% further. It went 25% further with me and the sea monsters. So we could say 20%. Fermenting, though, if you let it go beyond soaking and go for about 3 days, it will ferment, and you're going to get probiotics. So you're going to have health benefits. It's not going to make your feed go any further, but you are going to have additional health benefits than soaking. Is there a joke I should be knowing about? You're chuckling.
Someone said you need to get hockey goalie gear. And then someone said motocross shoulder pads and a chest.
This is the reality. This
and then Adam said, I'm sure the pig will love me using one hand to hold a camera and a knife in the other.
Oh, Lord, no. You got to set that camera up on a tripod. I sort of wish I had the GoPro right about now because I could put it on my chest or head and deal with Flossie.
Get it real good.
Because right now I'm struggling with that too. Like, we're not getting a lot of the struggle because it is hard to film it.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway.
Somebody also said to use a kick stop. But the Josh from the farm said if you do that, it might take longer. So I don't know. I mean, if it stops her from kicking you, that might be a benefit. Like, you don't want to like break your knee or anything.
This next question is sort of more of a discussion question. So how about when I go to give my answer and opinion on this question, why don't you guys give your answer and let's have a discussion. Oh, part-time Permies in the house. I was
just wondering where Cindy was.
Cindy, we were lonely without you. You didn't miss much. I mean, they advised me tomorrow to dress up like a hockey with my cup and my shin pads.
Helmet.
And helmet. You just have to.
Ken's just a joke.
We'll be all right.
Says, you never know.
Ken's feeling good tonight.
Maybe he will be a ham and hold still for the camera.
I know, Ken, you got that. He's got that in it, but he's feeling good tonight.
Ken.
Okay. If you only, this is a discussion for everybody. I don't know if there's a right answer to this. If you only had 1/4 of an acre to work with on your homestead, would you bother trying to raise sea monsters? And how? Over a mulched bed like your kitchen chickens, maybe only do 20 or so at a time to reduce the manure load, and then run two or three batches. I said this is an amazing question because it's a good discussion questions, and it just so happens that we're talking about like the top 10 things we're going to do next year to grow most of our own food. So I actually put numbers besides the thing, like how many gallons we expect to get of milk, what is that worth? How many chicken sea monsters we're going to do, what's that worth? How much could our Animal Garden Miracle crop garden style produce? Hands down, pound per square foot, value per square foot, the garden kills it all. So there's huge potential in a garden there. And you guys can chime in on this too, but I see sea monsters as number 2. Here's the thing. The garden is way more intense. I mean, to grow an intense garden, you can grow as much as $7 a square foot worth of produce in an intense, high-intensity garden. Sea monsters at $4 a pound. Well, I think I might be jumping ahead of myself.
Sea monsters are Cornish
at
cross.
$4 a pound. Okay, and you're in a 1/4 of an acre. You could grow. That's as much as I need for one run. 100 chickens. So setting out the chickens at 3 weeks, moving them in that poultry net. That's enough to raise 100 chickens in 8 weeks. 3 of those weeks they're inside in a brooder. You could do 3 of those runs in a summer, and you could do even more if you stacked it. If you raise chicks, moved them out at 3 weeks, raised those out to 5 weeks, but 3 weeks before you butchered those guys, you bought new chicks, so that when you butchered the first guys, you're bringing 3 weeks old chicks back out in pasture, and you're starting all over again on the same property. You could do that 3 to 6 times. So that's I actually calculated the money. If you were going to get $6 a pound for 4 pounds, that's worth, if that's 3 runs, it's worth $5,400. So if you did 6 runs, that'd be worth $10,800. But if you did a high intensity garden and $7 a square foot on that spot, Rebecca, you would get, it's $76,230 worth.
Wow.
Mine and Rebecca's problem with choosing to grow our own vegetables if we only had a 1/4 of an acre is you can much more likely, well, one, it's more intense. You're going to be spending probably about 20 hours a week on an intense, 10 to 20 hours a week on an intense gardening system. Whereas chickens, you're probably going to maybe spend 4 hours a week, maybe. And here's the other problem. It's much easier to find organic, at least, and even beyond organic produce. It's everywhere at a farmer's market. You can even get organic produce at Whole Foods. Now, is it quite the same as yours? It might even be better if you're getting it at a farmer's market. They're like professional
I can't wait for
gardeners. It's local. It's still local soil. They're probably using regenerative methods, and they do a better job than you. They do a better job than me.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful produce.
You cannot get Cornish cross.
Organic pasture raised.
Organic pasture raised.
I mean, in our town, you can't.
You could maybe get non-GMO pastured, or you could go to Whole Foods and get organic, and it's not pastured. So,
or you could just get pastured.
Yeah.
Fed crop feed.
So if you're going to be a professional, you probably want to go with veggies, because you could, I guess you could make a living. Now that's revenue, that's value, and that's if nothing goes wrong.
Well, I will say this. I was with my transformational life coach lady the other day, and she was asking me about meat, like where to buy good meat. And I looked at her backyard and I was like, you could do like 75 Cornish cross out here. She looked at me like I was crazy.
Chelsea, one option I'm promoting here is I would grow it all in chickens.
Just do meat.
Now, of course,
no gardens.
But then that would be me growing 300 to 600 birds. So do you really need that many? If you only need 100 or 50, cut the space back down and grow the rest in gardens. I mean, that would be ideal. If you're not starting a business or whatever, but then you would also have trading power too. If you knew somebody that grew really good veggies,
you could trade meat for that.
And I'm thinking, if you're busy, choose the chickens. If you're busy, if you've got a 9 to 5, and
well, it just depends upon what you need. Like in our area, you can't really find pastured chicken. I mean, you can get some, but it's fed junk feed. I haven't really searched it out because we've just done our own, but
Chelsea has a good point about the laws in North Carolina are great for chickens. Also, chickens are ready in 58 days. Chickens also, it's easier. They're easier. Raising meat chickens are way easier than growing a head of cabbage. It's much more seasonal. It's not as long. I mean, some of these produces take 120 days to come into stock. And sure, you could have spinach in 45 days, but
and there's like a chance that your produce could die. I feel like there's a lot less chance with the chickens dying.
We're meat farmers for sure, and fans. So and I'm saying too, you don't even have to sell those chickens. You could trade those chickens at the farmer's market.
Do you see this?
With somebody who's growing vegetables.
Found a good meat farmer. That's awesome.
Good for you, Ken. They are hard to find. Hang on to that guy. Give him a tip. Give him a tip.
Then this guy says, well, you could do chickens early in the spring and then garden from May to September.
So I would say,
well, if we only had that, we would probably do some container gardening.
So let's say you only need 100 chickens. Well, all you need to do is use that space for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You could grow a garden there the rest of the time. Everywhere else.
Well, that's what that person's saying.
So you can do a little bit of both. You could run your chickens in there, give it a rest period, then plant garden in succession where they were. I mean, you want to press like when those chickens are old, there's a cake of manure. Even I wouldn't plant into that. But where they had been 4 weeks ago, you could totally plant into. So give the soil some time to soak it in, 3-4 weeks. Now, that being said, you couldn't then go sell the produce because the FDA won't let you or whoever it is.
You could eat it.
All right, let's keep going. That was a fun one. That's a good discussion. That's probably our funnest question. That was a good question. So I just have one roaster to cull, and I was wondering if you think it's humane to just chop its head off. I had the kill cone station, but I don't feel like dragging it out just for one cull. Is it okay to go ahead and chop its head off? I feel bad, but my husband thinks I'm crazy. He wants to chop its head off. So maybe you guys can, I think there's, the idea is you've only got one chicken. You don't want to set it up. Listen, you don't have to. You don't have to go. It was you, Chelsea?
No, hers was the 1/4 of an acre.
Well, that's good, Chelsea. You keep them coming. So I don't think, from what I understand with you, you're not trying to make a living off the farm. So you're wanting to be a homestead, provide a lot of your own food. So I would figure out how many chickens you want to eat in a year, grow 25% more than that to account for failure or to compensate people for coming helping you on butchering day. I would grow them all at once and then use the area for a garden or something, or just have a designated area for just. Well, you wouldn't have to do 100 at a time. You could do 50 at a time and have and only need half the spot, and you could have your half of it in garden and half of it for sea monsters. See, there's a number of different things you can do.
There's a guy named Josh. He's 3 hours old in premium member area.
Josh, you've been in here for 3 hours. Good job, buddy. Welcome.
Are you going to answer the rooster question?
Yeah. So for this rooster question, this is pretty easy. You don't need to chop its head off, and you don't need a lot of tools. I'm going to leave a link in the show notes about a video I did where you just need a string. You just hang that chicken upside down. First of all, hanging it upside down sedates it. It's going to make it more peaceful for you. It's going to contain the chicken. It's not going to be running around like a chicken without its head, with its head cut off. And you hang that chicken upside down on a string. You take your knife, you slit its throat, you let it bleed. If you don't have a bucket, let it bleed to the ground. You go inside, you heat up some water to 140 degrees. Maybe you've done this before. Go inside in a pot inside your house, scald that thing, and
putting your fat hen out of its misery. We did that. Just one.
Did we?
Yeah.
But I also did one very recently. I put a link in the. It was just a video about the minimalist chicken butchering. So I linked that. I will do the show notes. If you want to do the next question, I'll go put the show notes in
about
the
soil
comments.
blockers on sale. Do you recommend starting with small size and moving to the bigger size? Or can you just get the largest size? How do I find an area we can do this so you get the credit? I haven't located it yet. Okay, so in a pinch, you can just do the 2-inch. We've done that a lot where we just use the 2-inch blocker. But there's some issues because it's more difficult to keep them hydrated. They tend to grow algae because they have water. We have to water them a lot. It's best practice to start with a small blocker. We have a small blocker, but it's not. And then you pot up to the 2, and then you pot up to the 4. But it's not a necessary like.
I'll step out and get the link from over here.
It's not a must, though. So you don't have to.
Yeah, I would say in a pinch you don't certainly have to.
Yeah. Okay. How much water does a chicken drink a day? Four chickens need roughly 1 quart of water a day. So it's about a half a pint is how much a chicken drinks in a day.
Now that might fluctuate.
But it can fluctuate with weather. How much space do I need for keeping 2 feeder pigs in the woods each year? Okay, so I'm just going to read I'm going to read this because I have no idea.
Wait, what is it?
How much space do I need for keeping 2 feeder pigs?
Let's not even answer that right here. Whoever asked that's a great question, but I didn't know the answer. So when I don't know an answer, I first go to my community, my black book from the Great American Farm Tour. Mm-hmm. And it happened to be a fellow member, Josh DeBerry, a pig guy. He was working at Full Circle Farm as the pig guy when we went down there. And he's been through Joel Salatin's course. Joel Salatin's got a course. It's called the Salatin Semester. And he's been through that. And there's a whole pig section in that course. And Josh basically told me exactly what Joel Salatin is going to do. And I don't think I could do any better than that. And I would do the same thing when we get into pigs and expand and do more with pigs. So it's best just to link that as opposed to read that to you.
Okay, we had our first loss to a hawk this weekend. The only issue we have in the past were mammals, so we invested into the Premier One electric fencing. I would like to know any proven hawk deterrents that I can implement today and still keep my birds free. Okay, so
I'm going to put that to the group. This person wants to know their hawk has gotten their chickens. Now they didn't say, are you here? Whoever asked that, because they didn't say if the chickens are young or old. I've never had a hawk get an old lady, a layer. Only our younger chicks. Lily, what are you doing? See, Lily has the disadvantage that I can see her in the. I can see her on our movie screen. Did y'all see Lily try to sneak by?
Oh, it's Jake's question.
Where was she going?
She went.
Okay, say Jake. That's a great question. How old are these chickens that this hawk is getting? And I want to put it before the group because I don't know if I'm a great success against hawks in an immediate situation. We've got the goose, and we've had no more problems with hawks. But what are they going to do tomorrow, guys? Besides putting them in, because that's all we've done when we didn't have a goose. Is we would put them in we just keep them in their poultry pen, move that around every day. We kept them in that A-frame too. They had access to the ground, and we moved that array until the hawk migrated.
Okay,
which was like a month.
They're almost a year old.
Man, gosh, that's a brutal hawk.
So one thing that we did,
here,
one thing
they've
that you
used
can
reflective.
Do is use like fishing string, and then you put CDs on it. And I think that we did that. I think we put like some like T-posts in the corners, and maybe some and we just strung it across, and then the guard goose, honestly, but yeah, hawks can be a problem. But the guard goose, since we've had a guard goose, we have not had one hawk issue. Not one.
No. I put the show notes in the description, guys, of the YouTube video. It's in the show. So let's see what others have said, Rebecca. So the goose is the long-term play.
Yes.
Hands down, an amazing solution. Where's our chat?
Where is that? Uh-oh.
Okay, well, as long as we're still on this, we're good. I just need to pull it up again. Okay, it looks like we're still on. Guys, sorry we lost our feed. I can go to it
right there?
Here. Oh, maybe it is. There it is. But I can get to it from here. Probably up somewhere. Because I did not close any windows. Anyway.
Okay.
Notes are in the description.
Hi, guys.
Let's see what everybody else said. Hold on. Okay, I've also been told having black hens deter hawks cause they think they are crows. I wonder if that's what happened. We had black Australorps at the time.
Oh, someone suggested orange string over the coop area.
Okay. So there's some suggestion for you. Don't Art and Bree have something hanging over their garden like that? I don't remember. Do they, Rebecca?
I don't know.
So there's some ideas, and it's all along those lines of reflectance. So that's probably your best immediate action besides just keeping them in the coop until the hawk migrates.
Yeah, and giving them places to hide. That's a good idea.
Yeah, Cindy was saying the same thing, and I knew Sydney would have some insight on this too. So, okay, let's move on.
Hi guys, I haven't been tested to prove I need the GAPS diet, but overall my health for the past 20 years, similar symptoms as Rebecca makes me feel I need to do this. I posted a few questions below. I missed the video if you shared how Anna came into the picture to help you get jump started on the GAPS diet. Is she a friend or a fan who volunteered to help? Okay, so we had actually hired Anna previously to help. She was working just a couple days a week for us. But we found her through a friend, and that really came because I was just I never knew how I was going to be, and so she was there to help us kind of cook food and stuff and kind of get stuff in the fridge so that we didn't have to, worry about things. And but so what happened is after I got those test results, I had been thinking about doing the GAPS diet, and then I was seeing that life transformational coach lady, and she suggested the GAPS diet, and it just felt right. And so I kind of just mentioned it to Anna, like, what do you think about this? And she was like, I actually studied the GAPS diet last year, and I felt like I wanted to do the GAPS diet, but some personal things in her life didn't work out, and she wasn't able to do the diet. So she was like totally down for doing it. And basically we just said to her, can you just tell us what to do? And she's like, yes. And actually she feels very fulfilled in that. And I don't ever want Anna to leave.
And now we found her. Did you say how we found her?
I did. I told her that we found her.
So if you're looking for somebody like that to help you, which is probably one of the best things we've done for our health and for our business and content creation.
It's just asking around.
We wouldn't be able to deal with the health issues and put out the content that we do without having folks help us, without bringing on folks like Anna to help us.
Yeah. Okay. Could you print a list of GAP soup diets that in particular you enjoyed, especially a recipe for shepherd's pie soup? Are there any soups you are happy to never eat again?
Ah, that's a fun one.
We've liked all the soups so far except for the beet soup. The beet soup wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
But
we're not beet people. Would y'all eat beet soup? Put it up. Come on. Don't make me stand alone here.
But we have had some really wonderful soups: tomato soup, butternut squash soup, lamb meatball soup.
Lamb ball. Oh, that was
the
weird.
Shepherd's pie soup, chili, and then a broccoli, like a broccoli soup.
Come on.
We hope to never eat the beet soup.
Is that my notes? Is that what that notes? Come on, guys. Beet soup. Do you like it or not? They must be watching the game right now. Come on, tune back in. Tune back in.
Ask Anna.
She's kind of a genius chef, kind of like you. She just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it's just amazing.
So when I asked my friend, I had said to my friend, "Hey, do you know anyone who would?"
Beets are dirt balls. I like that. They are.
Really are dirt balls. When I asked my friend if she knew anybody that would be interested, she was like, yes. And this person, Anna was already eating like a paleo diet. She was already into kind of what we do. So it just made 100% sense when we interviewed her. We were just and now she just it's amazing because she just takes over the menu and I don't have to do anything.
You know what's fun is all these people are saying it tastes like dirt. And I say that too, but how do we know?
So this guy says, I have two older brothers, so I do know what dirt tastes like.
I was going to say, okay, Tina, you jumped ahead of me on that one.
It just tastes like dirt. It does. It really does. Okay, do the soups such as broccoli and carrot freeze well? They do. They would. Besides the books, are there any online videos you're watching? No. We're not doing anything.
I don't think I ever left the link to that.
We're just going off those 3 books. I kind of have looked a little bit online at some stuff, but I'm trying not to do too much of that because it makes me crazy. It makes me feel crazy when I look on too many different websites because everybody has different ideas about things, and it's just too much. And then you said about anxiety, I've been diagnosed with oh, that's the question. For me, that may not be a psychological trigger that sparks my panic attacks. Start with slow warming of tanks. So when I've had panic attacks, this person wants to know about my panic attacks. When I've had panic attacks, basically my heart just starts racing. And that's kind of how I know that I'm having a panic attack. Other than that, I really don't. I don't know. And actually, I'm I don't think I'm having a panic attack. And Justin's like, yes, you are. You're having a panic attack.
I think the first sign of a panic attack is
denial. So,
based on our experience.
I actually haven't had a panic attack in a while, which is great. But that has been my biggest thing. And then, with just my anxiety, I'll just have these crazy thoughts. And, it's just not, true to who I am type of thoughts.
I have to be careful telling you that.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like crazy-eyed bossy at that point. You got to be careful. You got to be careful, folks.
But I've been doing better though about recognizing my panic attacks though, and working on and working on saying this is a panic attack when it's starting.
Yeah.
And that really helps kind of take the the fear out of it for me, at least,
and
the anxiety.
As a spouse, I finally got the idea. I don't know why it took me so long. I guess it was just my terrible performance in the last panic attack. I said everything wrong. And I really did, because I asked Mr. Google Pants the next morning. I was like, all right, Mr. Google Pants, what are you supposed to do when somebody's having a panic attack? How are you supposed to support them? That was a pretty good article.
It was a good article. And then,
it has been so long since you had a panic attack. Yeah. I don't even know where that article is. I printed it out and haven't had to use it.
And we talked about what would help me.
I asked you if it would help.
And I haven't had one. Okay, a CBD oil actually helped me a lot. I've had panic attacks when I wasn't taking CBD oil regularly, and then I've had panic attacks when I was. And the CBD oil definitely takes the edge off of panic attacks for me. I can think clearly, and I can recognize that I'm having a panic attack, and I can be like, I'm having a panic attack, but it's not like it's just like I can think, and I can be like, oh, this is just a panic attack. It's going to be over in less than 20 minutes.
Oh, did that help you?
The CBD oil did. The CBD oil helped me a ton. I can't take CBD oil right now, although I know it's not what's injuring my liver. She doesn't want me taking anything, so I'm not. Okay. Justin, my son loved the 3 caps I got him at the Village Shop in San Diego. I got him the gray, blue, and brown, and have all quilted linings.
Thank you for letting me know that. I'm happy for him.
All right. The butchering classes that are included with the annual premium membership, is that the videos, or is that actually coming and taking the class?
Oh, that's a good question. I see your question now. No, that's just the videos. That's just the online version. If you are wanting to come to the pig butchering class coming up March 1st through 3rd, I think we might have 3 more tickets. We'll give you a discount. We'll give you like 20% off as a member. So just reach out via email and we'll make that happen. Best way to reach out via email, if you don't know, is just go to the last member video I sent. Maybe you're a new member. So I'll send another email on Monday and reply to that.
All right. What's the best age to butcher a pig?
Well, if it's a traditional, fast-growing pig, 6 months old. If it's an American guinea hog or a kune, it's 1 year.
To 14 months.
Really?
Yeah. Brianna was talking about that. She had read something that from 12 to 14 months, there is an actual spurt that actually makes it worth your money. It makes it a better thing. Our pigs will be 14 months old when we butcher them.
Really? They're that old?
Yeah, they were 4 months old when we got them in April.
Okay.
Okay. What's the best age to butcher a pig? Oh, I already said that. How is Jonah progressing on his log cabin?
This is the last question, guys. So if you guys have any questions before we answer this question about Jonah and his log cabin, please ask them now. And if we don't, we'll hang up and go our ways. But if you do have some questions, we'll answer them the best we can. So go ahead and ask those while Rebecca's answering.
Okay, so
Justin, are you going to read my notes?
Yes, Justin writes in the notes, it's come to a screeching halt. They play in it, but he's already moved on to a different project. Now he's working on a gravity watered garden.
Yeah.
Yes, he has. Today I went outside and I said, what are you doing? And he said, I'm making a garden. And then he came in wanting us a bucket. And I was like, you can't have the bucket. So, all right.
So have you read any of these, Rebecca? How far are we back? So we're going to catch up to the comments
you've been
here.
On your thing.
I know. Sorry. I've been updating the notes. I've put the links to all the GAPS books in there. I think I'll put that article on how to support a spouse.
About
So where are we here?
The panic attacks up here.
Okay. Should I go up more?
Oh, maybe go up.
You know, Cindy, I
said that he
say
could
that.
probably surprise you.
Cindy's saying it was to taste the soup.
It was a good soup. It was just red and I don't know. It was crazy-eyed Rebecca and irritable Justin.
So it's definitely not our cook's problem.
No.
It was probably award-winning soup.
It really was. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
But when you're eating soup 3 times a day,
the children
7 days a week, what they call us, irritable Justin and what?
And crazy Ed Rebecca for the panic attack.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, that could be a bad combo. You can
see, we don't know necessarily what they're talking about.
That could be a bad combo to have crazy Ed Rebecca and irritable Justin. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Chelsea, I so thought I was dying on that first panic attack. And I actually went to the ER twice in 2 days because I was like, I'm really dying. But I wasn't.
Let me get back to you on that.
Okay, so I consume, so I've used several different, so I've done like a liquid in a tincture bottle. It's not a tincture, but it's like in a tincture bottle. And so I've done that where I put it under my tongue and just let it like go away and it just like dissolves into my body. So I've done that one. But then I also Green Mountain CBD oil or something like that's what it's called. It's in a capsule. And I've taken that one too. So I've done both. I've done it with a liquid and then also in a capsule. Let's see. Can I use canned squash? Can myself from making squash for the outside? I think so. I think that you could, Crystal. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to use canned squash for the GAPS diet. Could you place a link for the annual membership in the members area?
Ooh.
Okay. Jonah's such a smart. I bought a coop 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet.
Do you mind giving me your email in this chat? I don't know if you mind doing that. The reason I can't give you the link is it's a special link. I don't know it. I have to get that to my assistant, Heather.
Okay.
For you guys. I mean, the link for the public is up, and I could give you that, but you're a member, so you're going to get a different deal. So.
Okay, so this person they bought a 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot. It is divided. The top is the condo, and the bottom is fenced for protection. How many laying hens?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah.
Okay, she's wondering how many.
It's 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot. So it's like 3 feet wide, 3 feet deep, 3 feet high.
Okay.
And the top is 1.5 feet, and the bottom is 1.5 feet.
It's 2 stories?
Yeah. Like tall.
Okay.
Does that make sense? It's divided.
So I guess they're not on purchase? Am I missing something?
No, they already bought it. How many layers? How many chickens can they have in it?
Let me make sure I understand this coop right. It's 2 stories tall.
Yeah, I'm going to show you.
There's 2 different platforms. They only have 1.5 feet of moving up and down space on each platform.
Yeah.
I'm getting it so far. So are there perches on those different platforms?
Well, the bottom one, so see it's 3 feet and it's 3 feet this way and 3 feet this way. And then it goes down, like from up here, I'm assuming, like they have.
Oh, the bottom is open.
Yeah, and it's fenced in. And they want to know how many chickens they can keep in it. And she moves it every day.
You can put a chicken, perch space is what I go by, and they need 9 inches of perch space, about thumbs or surfs up like that. So 9 inches per perch. I don't know how many perches you got in that thing.
3.
Oh, you got 3 perches in that. So you got 9 feet worth of perches. So how many inches are in 9 feet, Cindy?
Yeah, but if they're staying in this all the time, you don't want to put.
Oh, well, that's true. So
you want to max it out.
Are they actually staying in that the whole time, or do they get out during the day? Do they get out during the day, or they stay there the whole time? Because it's 2 different games. If they're staying in there all the time, we're not going to worry about the perch figures. We're going to.
She'll just text you the picture.
That's fine. Are they in there all the time, or do you actually let them out of the bottom area too? So if they're confined to the bottom area, the rule is 3 square feet, and that would be saying if you move them regularly. So
yeah,
how many square feet
every day
is in that? 9?
Yeah, isn't that 9?
So you could have 3 chickens in that. You could have 3 chickens in that. I don't understand. No, in the cage part.
Yeah,
so
they'll just go
part.
down into the cage.
Yeah.
part.
Okay. Yeah. So 3.
But then she'll move them, so
3.
you can have 3 in there, Tina. And then there's that guy's email address.
Okay, I got your email address, buddy. I'm gonna cut and paste it right now, and get my Heather will be in contact with you. Okay, you want to keep looking at those?
All right. Sure. Any more
Is
questions?
Guys, this was
Adam
fun.
wants to know when his cow is gonna have its baby.
Has she got mucus coming out? If she gets mucus coming out the back end there, it's going to be 2 to 6 weeks. And then the other sign and symptom, as soon as that vulva swells, I would say Flossie's vulva was swollen for
3
maybe
to 4
a week.
Weeks.
No, it wasn't swollen.
Oh, really?
No, I would say more like a week.
Okay. And then
when she starts putting her tail up.
Well, she's been putting her tail down. Yeah, she's been putting her tail up.
A day or 2 away.
When are you going to name the new calf?
When? I think we already got the name.
Yeah, I think. Well, we haven't agreed 100%, have we?
It's fine. You can do it.
I can tell them.
Yeah, tell them. You guys are our members. We're not telling the audience until Wednesday. They won't even find out the Tuesday one.
Yeah,
we'll have to tell them on the Wednesday one.
So Bessie is what we think we're gonna name her because she's a girl.
She can't talk to you right now. She'll be.
So it is a heifer calf, and that. Okay, Adam. Going back to your problem with the cow, Prairie Homestead. The Prairie Homestead has a good blog post on looking at the hips and they flatten out. I can't explain it. It's too hard. She's got pictures. It's a great blog post. Look at those. Do you have any pictures of before and after?
I wish.
No, we don't, Lara. We don't have any. But it definitely bagged up a lot. I mean, you can go back and look at old vlogs and see. And then
Adam, I'm gonna have to text you about that old spot. I got to figure out how fast they grow.
I think Gideon's waking up.
Okay, Adam, do me a favor so I do not forget. Is text me that. It may or may not be tonight. Oh, you know, I can ask Josh DeBerry about that because he's got old spots. So let me ask him, Adam, right now, and then he'll answer me, and then I'll remember to get back to you. All right. Should we wrap it up?
I might have called her Bessie in the short video today. Maybe. I think I did say her in the video because people were commenting.
It's hard not to spoil it.
I know. But Bessie, yeah. So we'll have. So Bessie is like my mom's nickname from her sisters. So we thought we would honor my mom.
So it's Aunt Betsy.
So my aunt calls my mom Bessie. So that's why we named her Bessie. I actually haven't even told my mom yet that I named her Bessie. Although I think I did. I did say at dinner one night when they were here that if Flossie's girl Flossie has a girl, that we should name her Bessie. So I don't know if we're going to keep Bessie.
I don't think so.
Well,
why would we keep her?
Well, if Flossie's a pain in the butt.
Oh.
And we want to go.
The question might be, are we going to keep Flossie? Because we do have the opportunity to trade her out if we want to.
Yeah, because we have Nellie and Bessie now.
So it's there because we've already contacted Flossie a long time ago. So that option's there. But I talked about quitting in the beginning of this movie, but I'm not one to quit very easy, am I?
No, this man.
I talk about it. I like to talk about it.
He will. Yes, I know. We haven't seen them. They've been busy. They actually were gone for a couple weeks. They went to Florida.
Who are you talking about? You got to tell you.
Grandma and Big Daddy.
Yeah. I don't think they like soup.
Yeah, I don't think they like soup because I keep telling them, come and eat.
We don't have any friends.
Come eat soup with us. Actually, Brianna came over the other night or the other day, and I told her. She
brought her own, but she wanted our soup.
But no, I tell everybody who comes, hey, we're eating soup. So if you need something more,
yes,
you need to bring it. So
so they bring pirates food.
So they bring their junk food.
Goodies.
But no, I mean, it's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. But yeah, so Brianna ended up eating our thing.
You find out who your real friends are when you eat the soup.
Well, Ben and Megan ate our soup, and they had no problem with it.
Okay.
And my parents, they came the other night, didn't they? They came the other night and ate dinner with us. What did we eat, though? Yes, they did. But I don't remember what we were eating. And they were like, oh, this is good.
7 to 9 months. Josh DeBerry already got back to me, Adam. Old spots. Butcher them at 7 to 9 months. So basically like everybody else. Just a hair order, perhaps.
So.
Okay. Is that it?
No more questions.
Okay. Well, we are going to go off of here. It's time anyway. It's almost 9 o'clock. You guys have a good night. And we'll see you in tomorrow's vlog.
Yes.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to be about the top 10 things we're doing to grow over $70,000 worth of food. I added it up. Well, we're going to grow over $70,000 worth of food in 2019.
Good night, Cindy. That's crazy.
All right. Hey, everybody, go to Cindy's
show. So Adam
show
wants to know, should he castrate?
At Part Times Permies. Well, how old are they, Adam? I don't think we ever got into that. Oh, well, there's a chance for bore taint. I mean, you got a 20% chance you could get bore taint. You could see if there's a history of that from whoever you got the old spots, because certain breeds and certain lines inside of those breeds don't experience bore taint. Like the American guinea hogs don't experience bore taint. I've eaten a boar guinea hog and didn't pick up on any bore taint. 5 months. That's right there, dude. It's up to you, man. You've read. I've sent you how to do it. So I don't know if you've got 4 strong fellas, 4 or 5, and you guys are feeling saucy, or you think you can get that pig in some sort of sturdy pen. The issue isn't like hurting that pig, or like, the issue is you being able to wrestle a 250-pound. Basically, somebody said pigs are like bricks with legs. So,
bricks with legs.
Mike still was okay. So, all right.
Just get it.
Yeah, everybody wants you to video, Adam. So if you do it,
do
I
it
told the other
science.
guy too. Video too. Do it for science. Film it and get it to me, and maybe we'll have a nice member video. Okay. Tina sent us a picture.
What happened to Wednesdays with Willard?
Well, Wednesdays with Willard. Willard is healed.
Yeah, he's he told me the other day he had a he had another blood test. He had a blood test, and he just like his PSA is like under 1 now, and so it's kind of like
he's a beast. I've tried to get him more involved with the farm, like today, getting him to show me how to use Grandpa's hobbles, but he just couldn't even walk down there.
Yeah.
So it's just limited. We're trying to do special things with him, and we'll document that when we do, but we see him just in short bursts every few days.
We're still seeing him a lot, but just not necessarily filming.
Yeah. So, all right. You guys have a great night. Thank you guys for making me feel a little bit better. I'll have you with me in my heart as I go and deal with Aunt Flossie tomorrow. I for one, get a crazy-eyed cow inside of a stanchion while her calf is not in the stanchion, which is a new dilemma for all of us there. And then I got to milk a kicking cow. I hope this doesn't take till 1 p.m.
Oh, it's gonna be a long day.
You predict in the future?
It's gonna be a rough day, but it always is. It always is hard.
It is. Nothing worthwhile is easy.
That's right.
That's what I'm gonna tell myself tomorrow.
Basically.
All right. Adam, that's what you can tell yourself too when you go to.
May the force be with you.
When you go to cut off those balls. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Do you know how to turn it off, Rebecca?
I have no idea.
You have to turn it off.
I'm researching milk or cheese that I can buy online.
We're not going to need to real soon.
I know.